I am losing weight for a man. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you all that. If you don't know me, I'm Coach Kofia. I help women heal and thrive emotionally after divorce. And as you can tell, I am getting ready for bed and I could not sleep on this. And so I'm recording now because I need to get this out. And so in this video today, I'm going to be sharing with you why I am losing weight for a man and what that really means as it relates to my weight loss journey. So come on this little journey with me. So I was talking to my mom today. She had chemo, and so I was there with her, taking her there. And we began to talk about some misconceptions around losing weight. And I don't know, that might be a whole nother video because we talked deeply about that. And we talked about just, you know, um, what she thought losing 100 pounds would be versus the actual experience of that. And then we also talked about just different ways to, for me as the coach or just the person that helps other people kind of see their blind spots, like how to tackle those misconceptions. And so like, and maybe I'll go into it a little bit because one of the misconceptions was that once she got to this certain weight loss, then she would be able to be happy. And I totally understand that because there have been times where I have gone on a weight loss journey thinking that my happiness was on the other end of that. And that in fact is actually a misconception because we have to realize that our happiness is not determined by some goal that we achieve. Is really determined by our perspective, and that's it. And our perspective can change before anything else changes. And I really was just thinking about that a lot, about how I'm in a different space than I feel like a lot of people are on their weight loss journey. Like, I am not losing weight from a place of not being happy. Yes, I have been in places like, I remember years ago, and I had gone on a weight loss journey, and I had signed up to participate with this one particular coach. Her name is Sherry Alberts. And at the time, I was like, I want to lose weight because I thought, like my mom was thinking, before this 100-pound loss, that I was going to be happier. My life was going to be so much better. I was going to feel so much more fulfilled. I was going to have all this confidence. And after working with her, her program was really highly focused on the mindset piece. And it is definitely one of the things that inspired me to go on this journey to become a coach. This is not a sales pitch. But what I'm saying is, I have done a lot of personal development. I have done a lot of reflection. I have done a lot of putting in the work that a lot of people are saying that they're doing now, which is great. I think it's great. The difference being, when I went through her program years ago, she taught these concepts around, and I turned this into, so like she taught these concepts around basically loving what you have now. And then I read this book called Made to Crave. And that book talked about loving who you are now. And at first, when I heard the concept of like loving who you are now, I was like, this is woo woo. Like, do people really do that? I don't know if that's true, right? And the further along I got throughout her program, and I start to this is the thing, I not only took the information in, but I literally practiced it. I literally digested it, and then so much so that I made it my own. And it was things I start to live by. And it was basically doing the all method. And the all method is this, is I did not start at just, oh my God, I love my body. That my body is so wonderful. It's great. Oh, I love it. I love it. That was fake. Like, I knew that was fake. But it was like this gradual growth from I appreciate, and that's the A in all. I appreciate my body. And it wasn't until then that I began to just, how I appreciated other people, I literally began to appreciate myself, my physical body, for carrying these children, for carrying me, at the time, like 30 some years, right? For my legs, being able to carry my torso. And I mean, it was like so basic that it allowed me to build a relationship with myself. And from there, I started to like, right? I went from appreciating this body to liking it. Okay, there are some things that I like. At the time, I was like, listen, I like these curves that I have. I like the fullness of my lips. I love my eye shape. I love, I mean, and at the time I was saying like, right? I like these things about me. I like these things, these certain features about who I was. I liked, my nail bed shape and the length of it. I mean, I literally start to find little things to build on. And then it got to a place where I began to love my body. Like literally love my body. How you fall in love with someone? Like I fell in love with my body. And it was gradual, it was intentional, it was very just focused. It was a focused relationship with myself. And I think that is the difference in where I am now going through a weight loss journey versus where I was then. And I think a lot of people are getting these goals, right? Like my mom, she lost 100 pounds. She thought she was going to be happy. And she realized there's other things that she has to deal with on the other side of that 100 pounds. And I think a lot of people that I'm seeing on YouTube, how they are, and this is like, I'm not coming for y'all. This is not a knock or anything. I'm not trying to say I'm better. I'm just saying that I understand where you are. I was there at one point, and so maybe this can help. And so I did all that. I did those things, and I realized I don't have to do anything to be happy, right? I don't have to lose weight to be happy. Like that's where I was at. I was like, I don't need anything to be happy. It was the most transformational, like, perspective ever I had around like weight loss. And I was just like, oh my God, so dope. And so I stopped trying to lose weight. I stopped trying to lose weight. I stopped trying to like do anything different like I only did things that I really desired to do, not to get happiness, because I realized it's right here. It's just a choice. And so it just really like changed my ambition. And so I even stopped like this whole trying to get at, to get married again. And, at the time I was just so focused on getting married. And so I wanted to do what did I need to do to get ready and all the things, right? And I just stopped. I just stopped and just enjoyed. And you're probably like, okay, well, what are you talking about as it relates to this video? You said that you are losing weight for a man, and I am. So I told you I'm very honest. Like if you watch any of my videos, you'll probably tell I'm very honest, not just with you guys and sharing information. I also want to make sure I'm very loving in the delivery. Yet I'm honest with y'all, but I'm also honest with myself, and I'm honest with God. And I'm honest with God in that, during that time, maybe like a few years after me going through that program and stuff, I really started just to look at my life and relationship and just, doing a check-in, a checkup. And at the time, like I'm honest about also like what I'm attracted to and who I'm attracted to, the character of a man that I'm attracted to. And so I remember being honest with God, like, I mean, these guys are cool. Like, I'm not knocking any, like, yeah, I don't think any man, I think every person is innately valuable and worthy. It just doesn't mean that that person is a good fit for me, right? And so, and if someone thinks that about me, I get it. I understand. Like it is what it is. Yet I told God, I said, I want, like, I know what I'm attracted to, and I want the type of man that I can look at and say, not only is he valuable because that's just innate, but he values healthy living. He values fitness. He values moving his body. And at the time I was happy with who I was, and I still am happy, but I'm saying like I was happy with who I was, but it was like in my quiet time with God, he was like, okay, so I understand, Kofia, that you value and you are attracted to this type of man. But if you like, do you think that that type of man would be attracted to you? And I was like, oh, okay, we got shots fired, but in a very, it's in a very loving way. Like, it was just a real honest moment. And at the time, you could not look at me and tell that I valued fitness because I had yet to value fitness and healthy living, right? Felt good. I was confident in the skin that I'm in. Like I was doing I'm still, still doing all these things, but doing my purpose and walking with God and teaching and, coaching people and just ministering and loving on my daughters and building relationships. And I was doing all that. But that's what I was designed to do. Yet and still, I could be honest with myself about the areas that needed improvement. And it didn't need improvement because I hated it anymore, though. It needed improvement because I need for my husband to know who I am. And if I don't look like what I know he's looking for, then I'm off. And so that's why I'm saying this go round, I am losing weight for a man, not every man. Let's be clear. I am getting fit for my man, right? For my man. And I have no problem saying that I am doing that for a man. And I think more women, I think they desire it, but maybe are afraid to say that because it's not trending, it's not popular. And there are a lot of unhealed, bitter, resentful women who hate men and undercover hate men. They don't really even realize they hate men. And I am not one of those women. I value what a man provides just in his essence, right? In his beingness, in the way God created him. But I'm also I value that. And so I'm willing to make adjustments for my man so that he recognizes me. And he's like, oh, there she go. And so um because ultimately, one of the things I also realize in you know the attraction that you have and and you can apply this to any area of your life. The attraction that you have for the person or the thing, is that something, are you the type of person that that thing would be attracted to also, right? If you are mismanaging your physical appearance, do you think a man who manages his physical appearance well is going to be attracted to you? Like if you are attracted to wealth, and you desire to have wealth, do you think wealth would be attracted to somebody who mismanages their wealth and they don't know the state of it? And so I'm completely good with that. I'm completely good with it. And it's not, I just know what I like. I know what I like, and I'm honest with myself. I'm honest with God. And I'm also this is the other side of that. I also know that I'm a divorced woman with 3 children. And so anything that I can do to there's things I can't control, right? And based on the type of man that I desire, there are things that if there's things that I can do that I can make adjustments so he can recognize me, I'm going to do them. I'm going to do them. And I understand and here's the thing. I probably said 1,500 times, but here is the thing. I have separated my worth and my value from the facts, right? So there was a time where I thought I was more valuable because I didn't have kids, or I saw myself as I see people who count their value in how they look, who they attract, the things that they have. And then it goes down based on who they don't attract, how they don't have the same looks, and all of those things. I have disconnected my value and my worth. My value and my worth come from God. It's intrinsic. You cannot take it away. It is the utmost. And I see myself as royalty because that is who he created me to be. And I've also learned from the mistake of having my value and worth wrapped up in the wrong things. And then when stuff come crumbling down, baby, then your whole life come crumbling down. But when you anchored in the Lord and you anchored on who God called you to be and who he says you are, naked, you know what I'm saying? Naked and unashamed, then you are not moved, right? I am not moved by the things that happen, by how much money I have, by the skin I'm in, by the weight size, by none of that. at the same time, I can also understand like what I provide to someone and seeing the value in that and how that person sees the value in that. And also making sure that everything else that I am like that I present is in tip top shape. Like, I'm not saying it needs to be perfect, but I'm saying that the things that I can control, I am controlling them. Not in a control freak way, but in a very manager, like, and a wise steward way. And I think that's the separator. Like, my worth is not defined in my weight or my weight size. My weight size is a characteristic of my ability to manage. And not all of that stuff is, even in my generation, things that I have, choices that I've made. They are sometimes choices that family have made generations from now, like how I was brought up. But at some point, I have to take full responsibility for where I am today and the things that I can control. And, the help that I'm willing to take on, or the money that I'm willing to spend, or the resources I'm willing to use to to better myself. Right. And so that is what I mean by I am losing weight for a man. Not all men, just that man who values healthy living, who values fitness, who values a woman that knows how to get things done, but also values a woman who is very strong in her feminine. That didn't happen overnight either. Shout out to Dr. Nicole, who freaking helped me with that. So I'm also a person that I'm willing to reach out and get help. I'm willing to use leverage, right? Leverage is what is the tool or resource I can use to get there faster. And so being a single mom and having to do a lot of things on your own, or all the things on your own, it can put you in your masculine energy. That's not the problem. The problem is that you don't know that you in your masculine energy, and you have yet to cultivate your feminine, right? You have yet to cultivate that relationship with the feminine and knowing how to maneuver the both of them, right? And I'm not saying to be in a fake or inauthentic way. It is just, the more you understand yourself, the better you are at identifying what is good for you, what is not good for you, the better you are at being able to say what you want, say the things that you need, articulate your needs. And so I think that's just, I mean, yeah, I'm okay with it. I am completely okay with it. And I think if more people were willing to, know who they are and go on a journey of self-discovery, you can get to a place where you completely love yourself and your situation, your circumstances don't change. And I think that is the difference in the momentum and the energy and the focus that I have going around this time, is that it's not so much like I'm losing weight from a place of hatred. I'm losing weight from a place of love. I love myself. I love myself, and I love myself enough to put myself in the best position to get the things, people, places, and things that I desire, that I know I desire, that I know that I won't feel like I'm settling for if I don't do, right? It's like I will feel like I'm settling if I don't look my best. Not in the sense of wearing all the fancy name brands. I'm saying if I don't put my body in the best shape that I can, it will make me feel like not fulfilling my purpose. If I were not to help other people and not to coach and not to talk about mindset and identity and rewiring your brain and, teaching the gospel. And if I didn't do those things, I would feel unfulfilled. Like I am not doing my purpose. And I feel like me not, if I were to think about not pursuing fitness and not pursuing living my best in a healthy way, it would, it would feel like I'm not fulfilled. And not in the sense of like I'm a failure, but kind of like I don't want to, like I know on the inside of me that I'm capable. And it's just a matter of finding the right tools, the community, and allowing God to do the work on the inside of me and continue to use the things that I feel like I've already learned to get me to that place. So, yes, if you want a specific type of man, you have to become the type of woman that he's attracted to. And not to be fake or inauthentic, but if you settle, it's because you want to stay mediocre. Like, and that's okay. Just know that, right? Just know that you decided to stay mediocre. And, like, that's all right. You do you, boo, right? You do you. So yeah, that is what was weighing heavy on me. I wanted to share, what I feel like I have experienced and what has been so helpful for me as it relates to my life. I mean, I have gone through a lot, and I know a lot of people have. And I'm not like, I feel like I have to use these disclaimers because some people can think that if you say you're going through a lot, you're leveling it up compared to other people. No, for my life, I have experienced a lot of things. And by the grace of God and the work that I continue to do, that He gives me the ability to do, I've overcome. Like, I have overcome. And I want to see other people overcome. And instead of thinking, well, this is why I'm not overcoming, or this is why I'm not getting to my goal. What if you were designed to tell your story and it would be an in spite of story? Like, in spite of being divorced, in spite of being abandoned, in spite of being fired, in spite of being all the things, you still did what God put you on this earth to do. And that was overcome. So I hope this video was helpful and encouraging. And definitely, if you enjoy this type of content, hit that like button. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I have definitely worked on my delivery because I remember my old pastor was like, your delivery is whack. So God has worked on me on that. And I believe that the people that are called to me as it relates to be encouraged or equipped or trained or whatever, they will hear, right? And so if that is you and you enjoy this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, because I do upload on every Friday on both of my channels. I do upload when I feel led. So if you want to stay in the know, hit the notification bell, scroll to the top and make sure you hit all, because if you don't, it's going to automatically hit like highlighted or something like that, which is not all of them. So, all right, I'm gonna really try to get some sleep now. Y'all go be more so we can do more and ultimately have more. In this case, get that man, child. I'm gonna get so much hate for this, but it is what it is. Okay. Y'all have an amazing night. We'll talk soon.